Ja, moin, hier ist Chris und ich sitze jetzt hier auf der Messe in Essen. Bei Moaideas und zwar mit Frank. Frank ist der Designer von Symphony No.9 und mit David von Moaideas Games. Yeah. And maybe we start with Frank and maybe you can tell a bit about Symphony No.9. And wir haben es ja schon öfter gespielt, live, und maybe you can tell about you, how did you come to that game and how did you get the idea for this game?
First of all, I'm a big fan of Rainer Knizia Amora. There's a very interesting stage in the game, which is we have donate our sacrifice to the god and see the god is giving our favor to make our grain grow better, or we have to do commercial activities to earn monies. Yeah, that phase is really interesting. And after that, I think maybe I can bring these mechanics into another games. That's the very beginning. And after that, we think when we come up with the mechanics, we start thinking about the thing. The thing is really hard work for us because we have hard time to find a proper thing for such mechanics. At first, it's again about YouTube. You can find a lot of YouTubers. Yeah, they need a donation from their audience. Yeah, but I think YouTubers have what is it?
It's hard to sell because
Yeah,
different
hard to
countries
sell, yeah.
have different YouTubers.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because-
YouTubers are quite local to the country.
Yeah, quite local to the country.
Yes.
So if I put some Taiwanese YouTuber on the map, on the board, nobody's going to recognize them. Yeah, that's the problem. So I came out another thing, which is the classical music. Yeah, that's the the story of this game. Yeah.
Are you into classical music yourself, or where did this theme came from?
Sorry?
Are you a fan of classical music from this period, or is this did you have the idea and did some research about it?
I'm not a big fan of classical music, but I actually study Western history, so I pay a lot of attention about the social status of musicians. So I dig a lot of reference from that time. So that makes me have more confidence of bringing this thing to the mechanics. Yeah.
How was the feedback on the fair until today for this game?
Currently, it's doing pretty well for us, and we have taken a lot of pre-orders with big thanks to you.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're doing pretty well this year.
Oh, that's great. And last year, your games you had here were soon sold out on day one, no?
Yes.
And you have more games with you, but all games from last year are still available.
Well, I think Tula Bubble is sold out, so some of them are sold out, but we still have enough copies of Symphony No.9 this year. Yeah, we bring a lot more this year. Okay.
And could you tell me a bit about the board gaming scene in Taiwan? I think it's getting
yes.
there are more and more publishers coming over to Essen.
Yes,
I think there are lots of really interesting games
Yes.
this year. It's so many.
Okay. So we just happen to have this board here so that you know what we're doing on this booth. So what we're trying to do is that since there are actually a lot of smaller independent board game publishers in Taiwan, and we have did a quick count that from 2017 to 2018, there's over 400 titles released in Taiwan. So there's actually a lot of board game activities, but most of them are not, doesn't look like these Euro games. So maybe there's like kid games or family games for the local market, or maybe like the teachers or the educational games, stuff like that. But there are quite a few independent publishers that are making the great games. And also like for this year, we have in Hall 5, we have over 5 booths that are from Taiwanese publishers or Taiwanese groups. Yeah.
Really, so the market is getting bigger.
Yes, yes. So that's what we're doing on this booth is that some of these independent publishers, they have want us to act as their agent and try to find other publishers or licensing or other partnerships at Essen. Yeah. Okay.
And do you think the market for German and European publishers in Taiwan is getting bigger too?
I'm not really familiar with the European market, but for the past few years, we can see that there are more and more different varieties of board games on the market. So I think it's very exciting. Yes.
And so, what are your plans for the future with this company and with your network of other publishers?
Well, we'll be continuing to publish new games, but we're not sure that what Moaideas will be publishing for 2019. And we'll probably continue with helping the other Taiwanese publishers on this booth right here. So we'll probably do more of the same, and hopefully we can keep up the same quality.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay. That was really interesting. I really thank you for this for your time.
Yes.
And I think yes, good luck for the future for the company for your games. Yeah. And one last thing is this game. I think that it's got a really interesting.
Yeah, sure.
theme.
I can tell you about it.
Yeah.
So this game is a LGBTQ friendly game. So that's the story of the game. So what happened is that the emperor of this fantasy kingdom, he decided that all queer people is going to be arrested and executed at daylight. So the heroes, the rebels, will try to come free their loved ones from the prison and kill the boss within 13 rounds. Okay, so this is a tactical skirmish game. You can see we have a hex board and we have some battle dice. Okay, so this is an asymmetric and it's card driven. So the players will be playing the cards to move their characters and fight the boss and free the prisoners. Okay.
Okay, that's great. And how does the theme come in for this SCG?
Well, it's mostly through the special cards. The main battle mechanics is not really through the theme, but like the prisoners are their the relatives or their loved ones, and they are all queer people. Okay. So that's part of the theme. And when you rescue them, when you rescue the prisoner, the characters will become stronger. Okay. Yeah.
So what was the feedback you received for this game, for the theme? Is it,
Well, since this kind of game, we have met some more difficulties on this because first off, the theme is is not normal. It's very unique, yes. And also this is a tactical skirmish game, and not much people are into playing this kind of game. Yeah, so at Essen we can see that the European people, most of them like the Euro game or strategy games, and these kind of fighting game is not in the mainstream.
Yes, that's right. Okay, then thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And again, all the best for you for the future.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Ja, das war's, dann sind wir durch dieses Mal mit Moaideas. Und ja, ich bedanke mich nochmal wieder für eure Zeit und für eure auch. Und bis zum nächsten Mal. Besten Dank. Tschüss.